My name is John Romero, and I'm a game director at Romero Games, which is based in Galway, Ireland since 2015. During the development of Wolfenstein 3D, I'd say, probably 2 months in that we had a really good game. And that was because we did a lot of, we put a lot of stuff in the game, but we also started removing it because we kind of found the game. We found what the core of the game was and what was the most fun about it, and started getting rid of all the other things that would have taken away from that focus. And so it was only 2 months. Sharing what I'm excited about creating, over all the years has been kind of the focus of making games. I really want to make something that I like first, and I really like hearing people's feedback when I can put something out there. And long time ago when there was no internet, it was really hard to hear that. It was just like fire and hope people like it, make the next game. And then with the internet, it's amazing that I can just hear people's reactions immediately, especially if people don't like something. What is it that they don't like, and if there's a way to fix it, or there's a way to put it in a different context or something. The changes in the industry have been constant since we started. Started making games, in the early '80s, and saw the industry, which started in '77. Turned from cassettes to discs, from early 8-bit computers to PCs, saw the introduction of each of the platforms, and was making games constantly through all of it, on every kind of platform there was, every device. I guess one of the things that we did back in the day was we developed very, very fast. So we made games in 2 months mostly during our first couple of years. So in '91 we made 13 games. And that's because we're making 2 at a time, and sometimes we do a third one for a little bit. So we were super intense, and it taught us a lot, especially scoping. How big can you make your game, and can you get it done in this amount of time? And there's a lot of interesting lessons, I think, for programmers and developers, just about how we did that. I like that it's really concentrated, and there's just tons of developers here. Yeah, to me it's just a really good community. Lots of really good talks, really good talks about making games, design, etc. I think the highlight is really just getting back to meeting people in person again, and getting to talk and hang out. We've talked to people over the internet that we've never met in person, and we're meeting them in person here at Develop. So it's cool to kind of wow, it's finally we get to see each other. I think to me just making personal connections like that is probably the coolest part. Well, Develop is definitely a place to hear about game development. That's one of the things that is most important, is just hearing people's talks about how they're making games and things that they've solved, or exposure to new ideas that you've heard of but don't know much about. And the people that come to Develop are making games, they're coders and they're artists and producers and stuff. So it's almost like taking a bunch of game dev teams and making a conference out of them. So it's really, really cool.